Hey guys, welcome back to another video. We're here in the anabolic workshop. Why do we call it the anabolic workshop? Well, we've got weights and everything you need to get jacked. And then it's also a workshop because we've got the bike stuff going. And I thought, I'm working on refreshing the new GSXR1000. Oh, it's not new to me, GSXR1000. I should just say Jixer, but that just sounds wrong. That I purchased, but it is a 2010 and we've got no history on the bike. So look, it's only got just under 8,000 kilometers and it's in very good condition and the oil looked good, but you know, whenever I pick up a secondhand bike, I always want to just give it a once over, do everything, and I don't have to worry. So what I'm thinking of doing is dropping the oil, changing the oil filter. I'm going to do a coolant radiator flush. I'm going to change the air filter and I might bleed the front brakes. Rear's fine. At this point, the front's fine as well. So we'll see, but that's what I'm planning on doing. And I thought, you know what, let's just record this. Like maybe it's handy for some people that might find it helpful and you might find it interesting. So a disclaimer, I'm not a mechanic. I barely know what I'm doing. The only thing I could say is that I have worked on my D.I.Y. All of the modifications I've done myself, which required a bit of fiddling around. So, and I've done this before. I've done the radiator before. Air filter should be pretty easy. It's actually in a bit of a annoying spot underneath the tank. So I've already started. I haven't actually done anything other than take parts off. So we've got all the stock, all the plastics, the seat. Now that is probably the hardest part. Like I don't know how I'm putting it back together because that was not easy. It's all plastic. It's super easy to break. So fingers crossed that we don't break anything. But I'm gonna warm up the bike and yeah, drop the oil, let it sit. I'm actually waiting for my amazing partner to come back from Peter Stevens with all of the stuff, all the oil, the radiator coolant, the oil filter. So I'll leave it here draining and I'm just gonna lift some weights in the meantime. So let's get cracking. Hopefully I don't die of carbon monoxide poisoning. That should be sufficiently hot enough to burn my hands now. All right, so that's a 17. So we're gonna crack that now. And actually just loosen the oil filler cap up top here. Makes it flow a little bit better. Ah, my favorite part. You bastard. You bastard. Didn't think it'd come out with that much force. The oil looks all right. All right, guys, it's been a while since I checked in. I've had it dripping now for a couple of hours and the parts have arrived and the oil and everything. So next up is, I'm actually gonna plug the hole now because it's pretty much stopped dripping and I'll take the oil filter off. I just realized I gotta get some foil here to stop it landing on the header pipe. So let's get cracking with that. So I've cleaned the oil drain bolt and I'm gonna put that on now. Actually, let me clean the underside of this because it's oily. This is the hardest one I've ever had to do. What angle is this on? Got it. All right, now to tighten it up. You probably should use a torque wrench for it. I think it's about 20 Newton meters. I'm just gonna give it a little nip. That's it. One more little one. Don't want to crack the sump. That's it. All right. Oil filter now. They've done it too tight by hand, so I'm gonna have to use an oil filter wrench. Just wondering whether I can get it in there. All right, using a screwdriver instead of the ratchet to twist this thing off. Come on. Why are you slipping? It started moving. Oh my God, how tight do these bastards put it on? Mother. No. There you go, the strap again. Whew. This is the hardest oil filter I've ever seen. Yeah, come on. Ah. All right, twist it a lot. All right, come on, you should be able to do it by hand. Ah. Right, okay. Now it's gonna start coming. Let me get the foil. Alrighty, so we'll put some foils here. Not to get it on the header pipes. My God. Oh. Oh. I don't think they freaking put any lube on this. The bastards. Not lube, but oil. Oh. This is hard. I bloody dented it, taking it off. Gotta be careful that the gasket, you don't forget it if it gets stuck there. There we go. Man. And none on the header pipes, beautiful. Just marvelous. While that's draining, I'm just gonna put some oil on the lip of the new one and put a little bit of fresh oil in it. Oh, the motor oil smells amazing. I just got it on my face. Great. So I've pre-oiled it. And now, just pour a little bit of oil in here. Now, ready to put it back on. Probably should have waited for that to stop dripping, but we'll go now. God, I should have cleaned my hands. So much oil. Let me get this stuff out of the way and we'll go ahead and tighten it down. I'm just doing it by hand. I'm not going to use the wrench on the on it. I'm going to give it one big surge and that's it. It's done. Ready for fresh oil. Let me just wipe it. All right, ready? Don't think I should go anymore. I think that's good. Okay. We've tightened the sump nut and we've put the oil filter on, and after draining all the oil, time to fill it up. Alrighty, let's give it the good stuff. And I am on the paddock stand now, so it's not 100% accurate, but I didn't fill the oil filter fully. So once I do start it up, it is going to suck some down. So I'm going to bring it near the top fill line here, and we'll see after starting it where it goes to. Oh, it's what you pay for, the smell. Lighting's terrible in here, I apologise. Need to get the anabolic workshop up to scratch. Been too busy riding. Okay guys, we're halfway or closer to the top, so I'm gonna start it for about 5-10 seconds now. It's about 11 o'clock at night, so don't want to wake up the neighbors, but yeah, I'll close this and get it started. And then I'll probably leave it over, I'll top it up a little bit, but then leave it overnight to see where it's at, especially when I get it off of the paddock stand. And then, yeah, we're good. I'm gonna leave the radiator flush and air filter to tomorrow. So we'll catch you tomorrow. All right, I'm actually gonna start it before going to bed, even though it's late. Let's hope it starts. It's always a little bit worrisome. I'm gonna check where the oil's at in about a minute while I'm cleaning up. I'll clean up, check where the oil's at, and maybe top it up a little bit. And then tomorrow I will get it off the paddock stand when I go to do the radiator flush, because I'm gonna want it off the paddock stand for that, because I'm gonna have to jiggle it side to side. But yeah, mission success. don't want to stretch the fuel lines, so this is a tool that came with the bike. Don't know how to use it, but we'll give it a shot. So you've got the air box here, so you've got a whole bunch of screws holding it down. You can take that off and we'll replace the air filter. All right guys, air filter lid is off. As you can see, here's the old air filter, and here are the throttle bodies, the butterfly valves, which open up when you open the throttle. Now this, I wanted to make sure that this was clean, and thankfully, not a drop of dust has come through, because this is actually the clean part. The air sucks upwards from the intake ducts and then into the engine. So this, you want to make sure it's clean and it looks good. So I probably didn't need to change the filter. Let's have a look at it now. Oh, don't know if this is a one-man. No, it's not a one-man thing. We'll take a look at the filter and see what it comes out, if it's clean or not. Okay, it looks like a typical filter. It's got your bugs in it. And the actual box itself, I'll give it a clean. It's not, light's not great, but there's a dead bug in there, but a little bit dusty, but overall pretty decent. So I'm glad I'm actually putting in the new filter, but let's get that in now. New air filter is in, time to close it up. All right guys, air filter back on, tank back on. Now is the time to drain the radiator. So I'm doing this outside because it's gonna make a bit of a mess. But yeah, it shouldn't be too hard of a job, so let's get cracking on this one. All right, this is gonna be a bit messy, but a mistake I see people make is they open the radiator cap first, and that releases all of that pressure and makes it spray out everywhere. So I'm gonna leave it open for now, closed for now, open up. It'll make a bit of a mess, but then open it up and see it all start flowing. So I've got a catch can here. Oh, I just realized you don't want to get this on your hands, so I'm gonna get some gloves and wash this off. Only one glove left. Got through 100 of them, wow. All right. I'm gonna keep loosening this. All right, it's coming. Oh, I only got a little bit on the pavement.
Do you need any help?
Nah, I'm recording though.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
Oh, it's going all over the ground.
Great. Just great. Can't help but make a mess. Lucky I did it outside. Stuff's toxic. And tighten this one back up, fill it with distilled water, shake it around, and flush it a few times. I'm not going to fully tighten it because we're going to be draining it. Alright, we're full on this side. Just going to let that sit in there for now. And I'm going to do the overflow, not the overflow, yeah, overflow. And get this like this. Don't need to fill it right up. Let's just cover the bung. Shake it all around. To be honest, this coolant isn't that dirty, so like it looks to be in pretty good condition. I don't think it's the OEM one because it's still got really solid color. And the bike is over 10 years old, well over. Not too tight. All right, we'll leave that for now. let's go to the other side of the bike and empty the distilled water that's in there. Alrighty, let's pull this off again. Even though it's incredibly difficult, my God. Ah, yeah. Every time. All right, still very green, so we're gonna do multiple flushes. Just doesn't come off gracefully. So glad I did this outside. And we'll put it back on. Goes on a lot easier. I'm not gonna move the camera around, I'm just gonna fill it up and I'll be back here again. Ah, you bastard. Ah, I'm gonna do one more flush. Oh my God, there's gotta be a technique to this that I'm not doing correctly. Pretty clear, a little tinge of green, but I'm happy with that. I'm actually glad I did it. It seems to be a little bit flaky, I don't know. So, I'm happy that I'm flushing it out and putting some new fluid in. Let's tie this back up again and start filling her up. Alrighty, we're gonna take a slow and methodical approach with this. Leaning the bike left, right, push, massaging the tubes, making sure we get all of the air out, because that's the last thing that you want. So, slow and delicate process, but we're gonna get there. Let's crack open the engine ice. Nope. Child lock, I still can't get it. There we go. We're gonna pour this as slow as possible to reduce the air pockets. You can just hear it filling all of the cavities in the pipes in the radiator. All right, we're at the top, but it keeps burping and going back down again, so we just keep topping it up. It's near the top. We finished one whole container. Got a second one. All right, I'm gonna start massaging the other side. Just come over here. Feel for air. Oh yeah, it just burped and it's going down. All right, now we're gonna start tipping it side to side. Let me go on the other side. There we go. She burped. It's right near the top. Pretty well full now. All right, now we're gonna start it with the cap off. Looks good. Didn't suck any in. So we're gonna close that off. Now we're gonna fill up the overflow or the expansion chamber, pretty much to the full line. This funnel is shit. All right, to finish off, we're gonna do two or three heat cycles where we run it up to temp to when the fan turns on and then let it cool right down. Check the radiator, check the expansion tank, top it up if it needs to, do it again, and we'll go from there. But finish line is in sight. We want to monitor the temperature, make sure it doesn't overheat as well. See the temperature's rising. Apparently the fan comes on around 104, 106, so let's have a look. You see the red motor oil filter looks good, air filter is on, it hasn't pulled anything from the expansion. All right, back in the garage, we've let the bike cool down and we're gonna check what the radiator level looks like. It's pretty much at the top. Yeah, I can't really fit any more in there, so I'll do it one more time and we're Gucci. I don't remember what the last clip was, guys, but I've just done another heat cycle just for peace of mind. I'm gonna let it cool down now, and I think we're good to go. So I'll start putting the plastics on now, other than the right side one, because you need that off to access the radiator. But yeah, I'll go ahead, put the left side on, and we'll come back in about half an hour when it's cooled down, check the radiator, make sure it's topped up. If all's good, put the last side of the fairing on, wash the bike, and she's ready to go. So super keen for that and ready to ride it hard. Oh, am I glad to have finished putting those plastics on. They are not fun. Oh, you got bits of little bloody plastic inserts and screws, and oh, it's a nightmare. But bike's dirty, so I'm gonna give it a clean now. But that is a refreshed Suzuki GSXR 1000. I did check the radiator just before I put the plastics on, all good. So time to ride this thing, but I'm gonna sign out of the video now. I will catch you in the next one. It might be on the dirt, maybe on the road, we'll see. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.